G'day. Welcome to another Nexus Gaming Series cast. This time we do have a little bit of delay out as we are actually doing it live. So I am your host, the Line Bus, and today I am joined by the ever wonderful Peach. How are you doing today, Peach?
Hey everyone, and hey Line Bus one more time. I'm doing great. I'm excited. What can be better than just go casting some amazing matches at the end of the workday? I mean, come on.
I mean, yeah, I do like casting at the end of a workday. I don't even have that vote. It's not even a workday for me. I'm just like, man, I'm tired. Just ready to like have a nap. But we should have a good series, bunker fun time, and Heavy Greg are both teams that I have played in the past. Well, I played for Heavy Greg in the past and played against BFT. I'm butchering this. Peach, have you played against both of these teams, or is it just Greg?
I think it is just Greg. Maybe they should have called their team just Greg instead of Heavy Greg. But what do I know? What do I know?
Well, it looks like we've had a player leave the lobby.
I mean,
No.
I've been I get me kicked out of the lobby right now. I've been in Division C, I think, for 2 seasons so far with my team, and now with Div B. So, I did see quite a few Division C teams. So I'm excited. It feels like I came back home.
Back home after your current sojourn to Division B, which what I've seen, you've done pretty well so far.
Thank you. It's been not gonna lie, we're new. Some people do know us. We do not know of them. Some of them are all familiar faces. So, yeah, it's going. A bit nervous, but we're making our way up there, and I am excited to see which team is gonna make their way tonight.
Yeah, I'm biased. I will say that I'm a bit biased. I do know the Heavy Greg people quite well, as I did say it was my team last season. As long as they're just still friends I do play with, I will admit that fully. And I have played with a few of the Bunker Fun Time people, just not all of them. But right. We're getting into it soon. Any kind of thoughts, any knowledge about these teams? Any thoughts of what you're wanting to see? Any good series, we hope?
I just would like to see a beautiful place. Maybe a couple engages on the dangerous territories. Maybe some invades. That would be fun. Spicy
like
comps,
invade.
maybe, because I'm not that familiar with both teams, so bring it on. Bring it on, team.
I essentially have like a mental flowchart of what I need to do when my team finally faces Greg, because we're in the same division. I just don't have a schedule that meets because this is my division. I play on Ice Ground ICC Crystal Gems, so our C East.
That's right.
My thank you, Conker, for subscribing. My what's the word I'm looking for? Schedule is basically the opposite to what Greg says. So I'm like, I can't play for you guys. I'm sorry. I need to like literally do anything else. And we can see Vala is banned out first.
I mean, pretty typical ban, and also, helps you and your teammates if somebody on our opponent team actually plays her, good.
Yeah.
So good Vala is always a dangerous Vala.
When I was doing a little bit of scouting, it was Bones out of the 4 maps I've played this season has picked Vala 3 out of the 4 times. So it very much is a target ban. And yes, we are Sneak Plays games. We are in the same division. I am also in C East. Alright, Target's banned out.
So you're just chilling here, just scouting? Is that what you're doing?
Do you know how many casters do this to scout? I've legitimately even like cast Division A game, just see like 4 people pop up go, I'm not actually in either of these teams, I'm just scouting.
Like, honestly, so far, according to the bans, I mean, solid bans for both teams. Because, I mean, like, Val and Joanna literally my go-to bans in CL. What about you, Lambas? What do you usually ban?
Asmodan. I'm sick of it. Look, do you know how many teams, when I'm playing healer, just can't deal with Asmodan running down top?
I mean, yeah, backdoor Asmodon is a thing, and
Yes.
Brightwing also gets banned. Look at this, another meta
Yep.
healer this time.
And we see
Sylvanas.
Sylvanas. Yeah, we do see Corrosive in. So Randy Newman and Corrosive both play healers quite a bit. Randy Newman used to be in Division A with the Randy Newmans when that was a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and Corrosive was a healer here last season. They both play healer very well, but when one's Corrosive's in, it's usually them healing. But Randy is very good Sylvanas from what I've seen. Speaking of people who's very good at the heroes they play, Arcane 13th, very good at the Tassadar. Similarly, Zendem on Gazlo.
Oof. Picking up a bruiser on the first pick. Seems like they're pretty confident.
Yeah, you'd have to be pretty... You're very confident if you pick up Bruiser very early. I usually, last pick Bruiser.
I mean, majority of bruisers would. But maybe, in some NGS games, maybe you want to go ahead and pick something before it gets banned.
Yeah,
so
like
to
a
make
samurai.
sure... Stop!
I know it wasn't you choosing it, but... Look, I played 3 maps. I got to play him once, and then the other 2 he was banned. How do you think I feel?
I'm sorry. Not really.
I
Junkrat
blame
and Nubrak.
other people, but yes, I do like an Ubrak here. And Junkrat is just one of those annoying heroes where you can't really step in easily to him. Just with the amounts of traps thrown around, the concussion mines thrown around, you really just get stuck. But we do see Rhaegar is banned out.
Oh, Junkrat is really annoying on this map. I mean, traps in the bushes and all the displacement stuff. It's, like, imagine just Junkrat's mines, right? One person got booped, and then Anubarak cocoons another person. And there's already 3 people in the fight for a little bit, for like a few seconds.
Yeah, especially on this map,
Crazy.
actually. If you just launch someone over the wall, they really can't get back that quick.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so we do have the last bands picked up. Diablo banned out, which we see Garrosh then picked up. And White Mane.
I'm excited. I'm so
I
excited.
love playing White Mane, it's so fun.
I love playing her, but apparently you know that there's always one hero in your, at least one hero in your hero pool that you enjoy playing, but every time you pick your hero, you just get a bad game. Like, it's just,
Yeah, that's
This is
me whenever
KT
I play
and
Storm
White Mane
League.
for me.
KT and White.
KT and Whiteman. Yep.
See, for me, it's what is it? I love playing Dahaka. Dahaka's actually one of my favorite heroes. I do all right with him. I do pretty well with him. But I feel like whenever I pick him in Storm
Oh my
League,
god. Look at
I'm
that.
imagining it's a 4-man thrall.
It's double bruiser, and Leoric and Anduin got picked up on the side of the red team. So, wow. Oh.
I do like the Anduin pick into Garrosh. The Anduin pick into Garrosh.
I mean,
is
I would
really
love
good.
that. Yeah, I would love that too.
But no, this should be
If I were corrosive, if I'm pronouncing that right, hopefully I am.
corrosive.
Corrosive, thank you. You know these teams better.
I should do. I'm just gonna switch it back on over to the map view screen for the moment, just so we can have a chat about things. So, looking at the draft so far, what do you think? How do you feel about that kind of triple frontline hyper carry Tassadar compared to the kind of more standard composition heavy Greg are running?
It seems like, well, Tassadar has this explosive like damage if he gets his stacks soon enough. It's just so great. So can I just assume that this is like carry Tassadar?
That is my assumption. But I guess we will have to see how those teams play out. So, Peach, do you want to introduce to us Bunker Fun Time?
Which
left
which side, sorry?
Blue.
The left side, thank you. We have Zendemon, Gazlo, we have Arcane 13th on Tassadar, we have Jimmy Bob Joe, love the nickname. On one main, Bones on Garrosh, and Button on Thrall.
And on the side of Heavy Greg, we have Chim Chim 19 on the Leoric Climbable Unk, which I know is meant to be Uncle on the Anubarak Corrosive Anduin, Synthesis on the Junkrat, and Randy Newman is on the Sylvanas, and like most Sylvanas comps, we are just running it down. I don't expect any different. Ooh,
Half of the tower gone. What a throw! Oh, it's a Leo.
It's a Leo.
Oh.
Leo gets out easily enough. Ooh, concussion mine. Bones directly on top of him. Gets a nice triple stun. But isn't stacking the... What's the word I'm looking for? Isn't stacking Wallbreaker. They actually just went the extra throw range.
So the half of the tower is gone. I mean, value? Question mark.
It's a good start. It does make it easier when we get into the actual objective side of the game, where things are going, just because that can fall quicker. Also want to note, we do have one stacking quest, and that is Crash Lightning on Thrall, which a lot of people consider a meme. Oh, Corrosive thrown in.
Oh! Well, Garage
Ugh.
survived.
But Anduin did not. Actually got finished off by the White Mane.
Now I see Andon with a light well, so... It's been a while.
Yeah, I did see them put it down early on for Leoric in bottom lane. But that looks like the well has dried up. And really, when it comes to Garrosh, essentially what needs to happen is... Anubrak needs to hug him. But Beetle just needs to get very close to Garrosh, give him a hug, and make sure Garrosh cannot hug anyone else. Because anyone else will go flying into the core.
Yep, we don't want that.
We are just getting very safe play though, but we do see Gazlo is doing bottom camp.
Yeah, Thrall rotated down as well. Will Leo check the camp? Or maybe he knows. Just
I
doesn't
don't know
wanna.
if there's much you can even do at this point. Oh, there's the Lightwell again.
Yep.
How
That's a
often
little
do you
cheat
pick?
sheet that I used to, that's a little cheat sheet that I used to do on Braxis for a little bit when I was practicing Q build Andrin, but nowadays I consider it situational, really situational. So I do not go Lightwell really often. But let's see if it's actually gonna be useful.
I do still pick Lightwell and ARAM. But I got a really weird build in ARAM, to be fair.
Oh!
Oh,
Uh-oh.
it's fight going on mid.
Nice boob. Synthesis gets out. Oh, maybe. Oh.
Bones also gets out relatively low as well. I had taken my hand off of the mouse and missed half of it. Whoops. Jimmy Bob Joe is going to back out. Also, they're doing pretty well in that mana management. It is quite hard on White Mane sometimes to deal with it. Deal with everything.
Yeah.
Oh, we do see Concussion Mine build from Junkrat. That is interesting.
I was expecting traps, to be honest, but it's not like I'm... It's not like I play Junkrat at all.
I love playing Junkrat. Am I good at him? No. But I love playing him. He is very fun.
It seems like Bunker time have turned in now.
And Greg is just a few shy. They would have lost that when Corrosive went down earlier. Randy Newman does convert those
Turn in
spiders.
bottom.
Oh, then Leoric has to leave.
Will that be
Bones
enough?
doesn't have it, no.
Who's gonna be faster?
It's on Arcane 13th.
Oh.
And Heavy Greg gets the turn in
So close.
first.
Yeah, Ratson was there for to stop them, but I guess 1 millisecond late with the lightning.
I also don't think you want to stick around to stop them if you're alone as they are.
Nope.
Well, Thrall is not exactly
The worst thing can happen is to die before spiders are coming. That's the worst.
Or during, but we'll just have to see how that goes as we see a nice stun coming out on Climbable Unk. And we do see that Web Weavers do drop. Mid going to get cleared pretty easily by Thrall. He's been left alone, but his top has been the priority here for Heavy Greg this game so far.
Pretty typical play here to go for the top first and defending top first since it's a boss lane. So that makes sense. Oh, but Garosha is really in trouble. Bones! Flying.
May have actually been saved by Synthesis, but hard to say. It was quite far back already. Climbable Unk did try to get on top of him, but hard to say whether they would have been able to. And that's a good defense by Bunker Funtime.
Everybody's playing nice. I'm excited for level 10s. This is when the game is gonna begin. Really begin.
I was like, the game begun like 5.5 minutes ago. I don't know what you
No. No.
How dare. Bones finds a Junkrat trap in a bush, and Climbable Unk will just be keeping an eye on things to make sure no one is going to get an easy turn in, per se. Ratson somehow misses the Climbable Unk and hits the Junkrat instead, but that is fine as we see a little stun coming out. Jimmy, Bob, Joe. And they're going to be healthy. God, I'm trying to remember.
Will try to return. Oh,
oh,
almost.
I'm trying to remember the name of a player that I casted earlier today. I think their name is like honestly Trash or something like that, which is the funniest player name to me. But I just go, yeah, I want to cast this team. No, it's just Trash. That's their player name.
I saw this guy somewhere. Come on, Ratson. Oh no.
Oh no. The bug is not letting him get that. But meanwhile, bottom we see Bones is going to be uncontested, and they do get that turn in all the while they were trying to stop.
Oh, look at the bottom! Look at the bottom! Look at the bottom!
No! Chim facing off against Zendem. However, Garrosh is here first.
Oh my goodness!
Unfortunately, you can't quite stay on a point when someone just runs up and throws you off of it. Speaking of tents, we do have those online, and we have some pretty good combo potential here for Bunker Fun Time. It's going to be a hard fight for these level 10s, but we'll have to see. Do you often go Scarlet Aegis when you play White Man, or do you go Consecrated, whatever the other one is, for Damage Circle?
Yeah, I prefer Scarlet Aegis. I think I'd say Aegis. I think it's a safe pick, you know? It's a safe pick.
Really? Because I love Divine Reckoning.
Well, I'm playing. You're playing more offensive then. I play more defensive. Light bomb combination, maybe.
Does hit too. Fears for cleanse from White Mane. Bones actually relatively low, stepping up. Taunt coming out right as Climbable Unk does burrow, so they actually dodge the taunt more or less.
Most of the buttons are down. The only thing that can help them may be Tacidar's Black Hole that hasn't been used yet. All other buttons has been used. But there's an Uberak going on in Ratson.
That doesn't full commit to it. They just want to do a little bit of a scare and leave.
Yeah,
which,
just scare. Sending the message. They're sending.
That's how I play tank. And hope that people are threatened by that, because I'm not good at tank. I just hope people are threatened.
That's the reason Peach doesn't play tanks, because she doesn't know how to friend people. She can only do kind things and heal.
I just fight minions.
Could be a throw.
I just play offlane and run at minions.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Ratson has turned in. Climbable Unk did spot it in time, but we do see that White Mane turns in bottom. Actually had the perfect amount, and that will be the second turn in a row for Bunker Fun Time.
They're gonna commit to top again? That would make sense, yeah.
It's now
already
opened
no
up.
wall. Yeah. A nice... Never mind, no wave of minions. Garrosh, however, is in danger.
Light Bomb hits for the second follow-up stun, hits Bones relatively low, does need to use Unstop. No follow-up stun there
Comes
because
the Black
of
Hole. Oh. Garrosh still going in.
He is just walking into the base, not caring at all.
This guy is wild, I swear. But let's see. The spiders, HP are dropping like crazy. There's this mines by Junkrat. Keep pushing them away.
Oh, that didn't go down. I kind of expected it to do so. Chim is trying to get out of danger. 34 gems on them. We see the taunt. We see the wailing arrow coming out from Randy Newman, but that will be them going down either way. Nice Riptide finding 3 members, but no kills for Greg. And that's only the second kill of the game. This is a very low kill game, but there is a lot of beef on the side of Bunker Fun Time.
See that protection though. Wasn't it beautiful?
And once again, they're pushing top. They're doing very well. Bones is, and honestly, doing very good on the Garrosh, getting very aggressive and not giving much room for the team of Heavy Greg to really function. Oh, there's the throw, and Synthesis launches themselves out.
The light bomb would be there. Oh, nice catch from Tassadar. Can we follow up?
Nice unstop by Chimchim though. Directly as the Black Hole went out, they used the Wraith Walk, and Arcane 13th is saved by Bones, and we can see that is the Earthquake coming out, followed up by Taunt.
Oh no!
Scarlet
Bones is staying alive.
Oh, Ratson is being slowly thrown further and further in. And now we have Zendem up here as well.
Again.
That was a lot used for no one to die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good effort, and the teams are doing really good job. One team is doing really good job at pushing, and another team is doing an amazing job at protecting the fort. So Heavy Greg, so far, they have lots of tools to do that. So, no wonder.
Yeah, no wonder. But we did see Bot did go down that last objective phase, which is unfortunate. Randy Newman is cleaning that up now. The team of Heavy Greg has 95 gems. This is where I'm like, don't die now, guys. Scaling the gem amount.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Uh-oh. Andre needs to get out of there.
Oh, light bombs themselves and goes down at the end. Climbable Unk also needs to not go down here. Is at 30. Relay hands off the gems to the rest of the team. Simpson steps up to get them, but doesn't want to quite sell up for it.
Why did you jinx it? You literally just said, don't die, team, and look what you did.
I am really good at caster cursing people. They didn't really lose anything there as a thing. It is just now they are getting into the low hundreds in terms of gems, which has been a while since I've seen people with that much. And I can see Boss being done by Bones, Arcane 13th, and Ratson. Well, not the fastest burn of the world, but it's slowly going down.
So the top fort is really low on the side of Heavy Greg, and they're calling for a boss. They probably guessing that they're there. Their healer was not with them, however. That was interesting positioning. I was just looking at what.
I'm surprised we didn't see an entomb onto the... I've forgotten his name. Gazlo to kill him, but no, they just decided to play a bit safe. They do get turn in. That is Randy Newman getting part of his 55 gems in. And we'll still be at 13. This turned out to be a rough one so far for Heavy Greg, but they do have the tools to come back. They are just down talent here, so not wanting to play too risky at present.
Yeah. Oh, 16s are now on for both sides.
And saying that, Gazlo
are pretty healthy.
Gazlo's not picked a talent yet. Past their 10.
Interesting.
Interesting choice.
Okay?
Bold.
Are they okay?
I'm sure they'll pause it if they're not.
I hope so. That seems sad so far. Both teams have enough gems for the next turn in, so that's about to be
It looks
spicy.
like Zednim is going to be the target here of a dive. Oh, Gravo used in kind of almost a panic, but that is a dead Gazlo. There's the immediate turn in. Both teams still have turn in. I think it is Bunker Funtime getting it first. Yeah, they indeed do.
I love that aggressive rotation. That was really good. Give me more. Give me more.
They're not giving you more.
Love to see it.
They did not keep going. They could, but Web Weavers are spawning, and it's going to be very deep into top lane. What?
These guys are pretty good to be at your face kind of team, so I wouldn't be surprised that they're going to do it again. I'm excited to see what Heavy Greg prepares for us. So far, I can see a couple defensive plays, a couple aggressive plays on the side of both teams. Kill-wise, though,
slightly in favor.
So many kills.
Oh,
Junkrat is in trouble.
Gets pulled back out by Anduin. That's what I was expecting to see. Climbable Unk and Chim Chim both relatively low. 170 health left on the Anubrak, but they do back out safety, and even Synthesis realizes that they may not be able to be in that area as comfortably as they would like.
Karasov is doing some God's work right there, healing and pulling, healing and pulling.
Oh, Chim Chim low, Climbable Unk as
Another
well.
pull!
Another pull! Oh, they're barely alive. Just constantly there's always someone low, and Anduin is trying their best to keep up with it.
Like, come on, guys. Really? No, probably not. Killers are kind. Usually. Anduin should be careful. Oh.
I love playing healer a lot, but man is it stressful.
Leo's in trouble. Still in trouble. Nope.
Leo.
They're alive!
Oh my gosh. People getting thrown around all over the place. Bones is... I really... Because Bones hasn't played nothing but ranged assassin this season, so it's very interesting to see them flex onto tank. But they're doing very well at it so far, yeah. I did do a little bit of research.
Uh-huh.
Every now and again, I do a little bit of research before I actually cast live casts.
Oh, nice of you.
I know, right? It's not like I'm scouting these teams for later in the season anyway.
I love the vision checks there and then by Tassadar. I think it's really useful talent, especially against the team who can literally, you know,
jump on you out of nowhere.
Yeah. Big buttons are up.
So Simpsons wanting their 46 gone. We see a Nubrak, the only one stunned by that Gravel Bomb. But no, they will be fine at the end. But there is the Entomb. Zednim can't quite escape back. And there's a nice light bomb. Synthesis down. Randy Newman up to 65 gems. They managed to recover all the gems, but of all people, that is a Junkrat going down. That is unfortunate for the side of Heavy Greg.
They're scaling. They still have, again, 90 gems.
I don't know if gems equal scaling, I'm going to be honest.
No, you wait and see.
You know what, I will wait and see. As 20s are around the corner for Bunker Fun Time, they're getting pretty close to it. Once again, Chim using that Ray does get hit by the wall, unfortunately. Very well played there by Arcane 13th. And now this building is looking in jeopardy, and I don't know if we're going to see an end here, but 20s are now through Storm Talents. Very hard to deal with. Especially as you do get things like that Force Barrier lowering the cooldown on Fence. And interesting enough, we see Scarlet Crusade, so the unstop on Scarlet Aegis.
Uh-huh. I would not say it's something surprising, really. Here. I mean, yeah.
I don't think I've ever picked it.
Well, you gotta watch and learn then. What can I say?
Yeah, you know what? You're right. This is the time I learn. You're correct. I usually go
some scouting, right?
I like the single target just burn someone. It's a good little bit of burst damage. It lets you kill people. White Man's scary when she has it. That's my...
This is when it starts, like, with all the Tassadar value that I was talking about. Level 20, really good. Burst damage. If they took any percentage damage, even better. They got some spell armor going on with Oracle Talent. Like, it's crazy. And they didn't pick the level for the level 20. They picked Force Barrier, which is interesting.
Yeah, we can see 20s are coming up now for Heavy Greg, Rewind and Uberak. Yep, everything makes sense. I do like seeing Vicentia coming up. A good chain stun if they want, and we can also see that silence.
I love this one. I love this one. So great.
Cincha? I do like it. I think I typically pick it with the I only pick it if I have... I can't remember what talent's called. Piercing Light at level 4. I do really love it with that. It feels so good. Zendim's looking to see what they can do. Oh, and Tomb doesn't quite find it, and that may be the time for them to back out. Zendim dropping. Oh, the miniature black hole. That is a lot of damage. Climbable Unk is in danger. Pulled by Corrosive. Climbable Unk gets to live. They walk back in temporarily. They see if they can get stunned onto Bones. Synthesis dropping for Riptire. Does go down to the Sire Storm under them, however. Chim doesn't quite get out. They go down in the end to the just damage that was on top of them by Bunker Fun Time. I nearly said something. I nearly said it wrong, but I realized I was about to say... I think I was about to say Funker Fun Time.
You know what? That engage... Yeah, although there was unfortunate engage by the Entomb and everything, which is huge, but... Don't get upset, really, Heavy Greg. You know, they still, I think it's not GG yet, no, unless they. Oh my God!
Only one caught by that. Still gets a bit of a cooldown reduction from it, but that could have gone worse as the team of.
with all the slows and stuns and displacement from both comps, that fight could have gone much worse. So losing just Leo, maybe not that bad. And also,
Leo's already back.
I mean, and he's already back. Here we go. And Bunker Phantom also doesn't have enough gems to support this boss. So that's good for them, I guess.
A big wave bottom, boss pushing top. They're getting near the turn-in, and another turn-in may be an issue now for Heavy Greg. It may be the end. So they are going to have to play a little bit smart. I think they need to honestly make sure that Bunker Funtime are unable to get any more gems and just kind of play it slow almost. Make sure that your waves don't get too far out of your core.
I mean, look at what they're doing right now, because since all the lanes are pushed up, you cannot just walk out there for these gems, right? Because Heavy Greg will be there, so they're just gonna grab some camps, and I think that
Camps do
might
not
be
give
enough.
gems.
They don't?
Nope.
I'm a loser.
I wouldn't say you're a loser.
I'm like a dummy.
Nah.
For some reason, something's going on with me today. I'm sorry.
Maybe it's because what's the map called? The bad map. Pirate map. Blackheart's Bay camps give coins.
Well,
That's maybe why you're thinking that. But Bone's getting very aggressive. Synthesis has him directly on top of him. Taunt coming out.
Nobody's following up.
Ooh, Wailing Arrow onto him. And Vera's a silence into him. Oh, that is a miniature black hole pulling in free. That is a reset. That's one down already. Randy Newman barely holding on. Corrosive as well. Corrosive may have actually killed Randy Newman there. Pulled them into the firing line. That is the healer, tank, and one of the damage healers down.
Anyways. He was dead anyways, I think. I hope it...
Oh, it would have been close.
Sorry,
either way. Chim holding on. I think this may be it for Greg for map number 1. As the doors are closing, Bunker Fun Time's decided end call is to happen. And that will be it for map number 1.
Oh my goodness.
Oof. That is a
Chat.
rough one.
Chat.
What about chat?
Wasn't it a crazy game? Chat.
It was a strong start. Strong start for Bunker Fun Time. They were very good at that map. What I'm going to briefly do, so if you could talk about talents, I just need to quickly mute myself and do something. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. Not the first time you're doing this to me, but anyways, let's look at the talents really quickly, chat. I'm still impressed by the force barrier, but as I said, Tessiter did his job pretty much right there. And the walls were, some of them were like huge help, so I'm not. I did not see it often as a level 20 on Tacitus, but this one definitely played a huge role right there. Earthen Shields were picked up on the level 20 by Thrall. I guess that can help the team as well to keep up with health and everything. Help Whiteman a little bit, because with lots of displacement that going on, and that Earthquake has a huge area, so big effect in a huge area. I mean, area shields, why not? As I said, level 20 picked up by Anduin is one of my favorites, so I respect for that. Hi, welcome back.
I am
what else? I don't see anything interesting. Welcome.
I'm home alone, and my flatmates are like, hey, deal with cooking stuff, so I'm back. I just had to quickly get something out to defrost. My housemates otherwise would be upset.
Alive, nothing surprising there. Sylvanas Bolt of the Storm.
It was a good safety
tool.
More
mobility.
Yeah. It did help her a little bit in that last fight.
Yes, I saw it used.
I heard it used. I didn't see it used, but I heard it used, and I saw her suddenly safe.
You know what? Kill-wise, you might say that the red team got crashed, but let me tell you, that game needs to be rewatched by both teams, because there were lots of displacements going on. There were lots lots of stuff going on. Did you show the stats to the chat?
I've just pulled up the stats now, and I'll have a brief talk
We'll
about
see.
that. Tassadar did an excellent amount of both siege and hero damage. Absolutely were protected by that front line and were able to thrive because of it. Healing very close between Whitemane and Anduin. Anduin did barely edge it out, just as Anduin is one of those good healers, and Whitemane did also excellent into the kind of general grouping, clumping that happens on this map. In terms of siege, both Leoric and Sylvanas very close, but Tassadar did have most soak at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's exactly what when you asked me in the beginning of the game, like, what do I think about Double Bruiser and all the front line, and I said if Tassadar does his job, standing right there chilling on the back line, I mean, it does it does the thing, you know. But those displacements by Jankrat and Burrows by a noob, and pretty much anything like they had, seems like they had the tools to get to that Tassadar. I'm not sure what exactly was missing. Maybe being a little bit more sharp. Seems like Heavy Greg played a little bit defensive majority of the time. Maybe they should have tried for something crazy, which they did a couple times too.
Yeah, not everything crazy will land well, but it did actually. There were, when they did try to get aggressive, they did start moving onto the enemy team. You can see there were those moments of actually this may click if it did go well, and there were very close moments to it happening. But it looks like we do have our next map, and it will be the Garden of Terror.
Oh, I love this map. But yeah, so last game, deep breath, shake it off for both teams.
And it appears
see it.
that Heavy Greg were the ones who chose this map. Which interesting. I do like this map, but I also like playing characters that just run around being rude in your backline. How do you like Garden of Terror? Do you like the map? Do you want to not see it ever again? Is it one of your preferred ones?
No, sadly enough, not all my teammates like this map, but I do also have some teammates who like this map, so it's balanced it out. But my personal opinion, I love this map because I think there's so much stuff to do. It gets you busy, it gets you going, and it can be a comeback map, which is most importantly because usually, like not in comparison because I was going to say Braxis because I just mentioned to you a long time ago that Braxis is a really snowbally map because there's so much stuff to do aside from objective, which is already like huge value. So here, if you make your comp, don't want to say correct necessarily, but if you make it balanced, you can. It's always going to be your choice. Either it's clear, blow up, or is it more into your face again kind of comp. I'm excited to see any, and let's see how many camps are gonna picked up. Hopefully a billion because this is what this map is for, to pick out some campers.
Yeah.
Teams.
I do want to say just quickly hi to everyone who has recently joined. Sorry when casting is happening live, and I do have a co-caster with me. I do read a little bit less. I do want to say, Trelena, I am not Australian. Don't ever say that again. But no, welcome everyone who has joined. I hope you're all doing well. Just Poet, thank you for first time chatting. Similar for KMS Uncle as well. Howdy back. Don't call me Australian.
You triggered that one, Lana. What did you do? But what do you mean you aren't worthy, Mr. Uncle?
I think more they just saying they aren't worthy of us acknowledging them.
No.
Which at this point, weighing up the options. No. It's just a lot harder when there is a 30-second delay. It is not quite as easy to directly interact with people.
Well, we do our best. Lambas is a really nice caster and a really nice person, so you haven't subscribed yet.
No. I am not here for that.
Subscribed yet? Wink, wink.
No.
Wink, wink, wink.
I am not here for that. I'm just here to. I just do this as a hobby more than anything else. I just mainly did this so I can actually put up predictions, which I forgot to do last time.
Since he's saying like this, you can subscribe to me, then I'll take. No, just kidding.
Look, you can plug yourself at the end. You're more than welcome to do so.
Nah,
What do
nah.
you mean? No?
People, there's no even no links to me, so I good. I good. I am English. I good.
You're not. You're Russian.
I'm Groot. Indeed.
You are not English. You're Russian. Those are two very different nationalities.
But I'm trying to be English, for majority of my life now. So
Okay. I guess I don't know
I'm
too
like,
much about where
let
you've been.
people at least consider me something like English.
Potentially. Look, I can barely speak English
Like
at the
it
best
depends
of
on
times.
you.
I can get to like this point, go yeah, English language out the window, and I'll just make some like pained sounds. You're like, oh yep, that totally makes sense. I can see that Leoric died. No,
Hey!
no. Thank you for subscribing, Trelano. Greatly appreciate it. Right, we will actually talk about the draft because we are into it. We do see that the Rhaegar was banned out first, as well as the Diablo getting banned out on the other side.
So, I'm not sure if these are target bans, but both
Thank you,
bans are
Uncle,
really
for
good.
subscribing. Thank you, Uncle, for subscribing.
He's not happy.
No,
I don't know why. I'm trying to make
I never
him
know
happy,
how I
and he's like,
feel about.
"Ugh."
I never know how I feel about it. In all honesty, my voice is just
You
naturally
did not
grr.
sound excited. Unsubscribe.
Wait, no, I don't do that either. No, my voice. I do naturally have to like make my voice higher because I've got a very like naturally low voice. So if I do just let it go, I do revert to kind of like a deeper talking voice than what people are used to. So that's why when I am in higher energy voice, it does actually go up. So it's very different things.
Alright, so we see similar bans from the last game so far. And Joanna gets picked up. I guess this
I'm
is
not
what they were waiting
surprised.
for. This is what they were waiting for. Insta pick right
Yeah,
there.
because Joe was banned last time. They are able to get through this time. That sounded sad. Please take my money. God damn it. Right, Randy
I'm
Newman
curious if
picks
we're
up
gonna
Sylvanas
continue.
once again. Good big map for her. Should be fun to watch. And what else do we get? Dahaka.
Dahaka. Oh,
I love the
this is
Space
scary
Yoshi.
already.
Love me a Space Yoshi.
Now I'm curious if they're gonna continue choking the healers. And I would say if they're gonna pick their healer now, that would be the best timing if they considering to do so.
Yeah, no, definitely healer now would probably be a good choice because if you can get another healer ban out onto Greg, that really chokes what is available to them. But no, instead we see Ragnaros and Jaina picked up.
Well, it seems like I was wrong. They got the strategy. I'm just gonna sit back here and just, yep.
Look, you would have done what I would have done, to be fair. So I don't know. Maybe Bunker Funtime sees something that we don't.
But listen, out of all heroes, all the scary heroes out there, when the healer is getting choked, banned, like ban wise, it's oh, here we go. It's called respect ban.
White man out. So we are getting that healer choke. I do also need to note that we do have a sub on the side of Heavy Greg. Climbable Unk was out, and we do see Snake is in.
Oh.
So the not Dahaka, Anubarak from last game is now gone.
Hopefully they're not too sad.
Uther banned out. That is another one of Corrosive's healers. So I'd be very. I guess Anduin is still up, so that may be the choice that's about to come through. They probably need to choose before Jimmy Bob Joe gets theirs healer picked up because we are starting to run out of healer options. Oh, not really, but we're starting to run out of those what's considered core healers. Strukov's
yeah,
up saying
I'm
that.
just gonna. Oh boy.
Nope. They have their own Garrosh, which I don't think I've seen Synthesis play the Garrosh in a while, so that should be interesting.
I mean, I'm just gonna remind you and the lovely chat that me as a healer main, I truly I propose the idea of appreciation and reminder that healer is doing a god's job as many other, roles and everything.
So speaking of healers, how do you feel about Oriole?
Whoa.
You can't just drop that on someone.
Okay, if you're Oriole and you walked into Garrosh or Malthael, you're screwed pretty much. But if you do not press your push or whatever
You
the
have your
button
whip
is.
to like keep people away.
Yes, but it is pretty scary. I'm excited to see both teams fighting for these beautiful flowers, flower monsters, whatever it is.
Plant terrors.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
sir.
I'm very good at remembering. I'm horrible at remembering what things are called. Ask any of my family members, they'll be like, you know, he can't even remember my birthday. That's a lie. Okay, it's almost a lie. I forgot one of my siblings' birthdays once, and I have never been able to live that down. And my excuse.
To answer you, yeah. To answer your question, Mr. Uncle, about the Anub, I would not
liked it.
say Anub. Yeah, I wouldn't say. You know,
It's
usually in
rough.
NGS, like it's never like blaming one person because it's such a team. You know, there's so many team engagement. You cannot literally point anybody out. Not saying that it's not even mentioning that that's just rude in general. But yeah,
It is
it's
just
just.
rough to play a new rack into something such as Garrosh.
Oh,
You're
we
missing
need
one
to
each other.
introduce teams.
Yes, do you want to introduce to us Heavy Greg for right team?
For the right team. The red team.
Mhm.
Okay. We have Snake, who switched this time, and he's gonna be on Dehaka. We have Corrosive on Anduin once again. We have Synthesis on Garage. Randy Newman playing that Sylvanas and Cham Cham and Malthiel this time.
Meanwhile, for the side of Bunker Fun Time, we have Jimmy Bob Joe on the Oriole. Arcane 13th is on that. Oh god. Zero Tool, Ratson, Joanna, Zednim on the Ragnaros. And down at the bottom, we do have Bones on the Jaina.
Tower!
Tower is down! Ratson is thrown away. Snick very low, running with a meatball of Ragnaros, but will ultimately be fine, and they expect a burrow down bottom. I do like these heavy frontline comps that have been run quite a bit today. They've been seeming to get more and more popular this season than last. You're not sure about that?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I won't be a little liar, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not necessarily see. I guess it's just, well, aside from the fact that this just looks beautiful, I'm a fan of like quick, catch, like grab, catch, kill, so like blow up damage kind of deal. And with the beefy comps like with Double Bruiser, you do not have it, unfortunately. So I mean, you have different benefits, obviously, but not that blow up by mages, you know, or other attackers.
Yeah, and Jaina
Can't.
does leave themselves a blow up, but they're not really the best tank for blow up. Sure, there is that shield that Joanna uses, but his shield is very good for just blowing people up quickly, but...
Look at the bot.
You're
Look
right.
at the bot grab.
There is the
Invade.
invade.
Love it.
I think they
How to
know, but there's
seize
not
them?
too much they're wanting to do about it at present. And they do just let the camp
It's too
go.
late.
Seed is spawning right there, so there will be a rotate down for people to deal with it. And Snick is now out of position. Does dodge Arcane 13's damage spike. Nice whip by Jimmy
Nice,
Bob
yeah.
Joe as they get flung into the wall.
Do they have enough time for this camp, though? I mean,
I
they
don't know.
see to top, so I'm assuming
Do they
That's
even
why
want
they
it, or do
decided
they
to
just
grab
keep
that
pushing
camp.
top?
I mean, I think they're leaving now.
Yeah, we do see the
coming
rotate
down.
coming down for Seed.
Malthael is already there. Garage is grabbing objective.
Ratson will not let them do it, however, and does get a little blind out.
Careful in positioning, guys. Ooh.
Chim Chim
I
gets
think-
us actually relatively safely.
Yeah, I think they decided to change their mind. They still have one more camp to deal with. Lanes are kind of pushed out. Maybe we'll see something mid.
Yeah. My god, sorry, I just completely blanked for a brief moment. I was reading chat real quick, then I realized you something. My multitasking is not very good, it turns out.
Yeah, it's okay. You just tired a little bit.
I don't even have a reason to be tired. It is not even 4 p.m. I didn't do
One of
work
those
today.
days.
It was my day off.
One of those days.
This is one of those days where I just want to do nothing but sleep. I'm going to quickly talk about talents real quick in terms of stacking. We do have a Fingers of Frost on Joanna at level 1 halfway through that. Joanna did go subdue, so trying to get the stacks of that Q for hero set gets that done. We also see on Vita Haka enhanced agility, so race car build. And we now see Ratson nearly walked into a corridor where they couldn't get out, but it will be fine. The last thing to note is Piercing Light, Anduin, who did just pick Desperate Prayer.
Love that.
You
love
love
that
it?
so far. Yeah. I love the shields from W. Joanna's going in.
Joanna's getting relatively low. That
There's no
is
shields.
straight popping. Anduin goes down, actually. This burst damage coming out from the Jaina was just a little bit too much. Arcane 13th does, however, get hit by Tongue. We see that Ragnaros is dropping their flames, and that will be a death on Garrosh. Well, a kill on Garrosh, I guess to say. There's a kill on Sylvanas. And can Chim Chim take anyone else out of their way out?
Oh! Ooh.
They do find Jaina before they go down, but that is a good team fight for Bunker Funtime. They managed to get...
Chim Chim said, if I cannot do anything, Jaina is gonna go with me.
Literally all kills that has happened this game were that team fight. All 6 kills that's happened this game were that team fight.
I love the early setup on the side of Heavy Greg. I think
It is something you
they
need
should
to
keep
do.
it up this way.
Garrosh
Yes,
needs to be
with
in.
Rush, bushes, yeah.
Garrosh needs to be the angry man taking up space to really just kind of thrive. And we did see that. I've immediately forgotten their name. How am I so bad at remembering hero names today? Bones did very well in Garrosh last game. Synthesis is also doing pretty respectably as well. They do. Oh, they found Arcane 13th. Arcane 13th forced to back out. Whip falling short of Synthesis, but no, there seems to be scuffle going on underneath. Ratson barely gets thrown by the Garrosh, but will get out safely with that Iron Skin. Or Randy Newman loses a bit of health.
It was scary for Bones at some point. I was worried. Sylvanas safely gets out. What do we have an objective here? Oh boy. 3 versus 2 so far. 4 versus 3.
Bones may get this
See Heavy Greg
safely.
coming back.
They do. 10s are now through for... I'd say before Bunker Fun Time. I couldn't even finish that sentence before we heard Lava Wave get popped.
That's gonna help with that camp bottom. A little bit.
A little bit. It does catch the extra wave as well, so that is a decent Lava Wave. Ruining the pressure bottom. Is it like Garrosh just walking backwards and forwards in a bush trying to decide what they want to do?
Grabbing that soak safely never hurts anybody, and I mean...
Until
safe side?
everyone appears at once. You're like, oh well, this is how I die, huh?
Like, boom! Yeah.
I've done that on Brightwing a few too many, and Rhaegar specifically a few too many times. Like, yeah, I can clear this wave. Goes to clear it, suddenly the whole 5-man appears the other team. Like, I could not clear this wave. This was a mistake.
Now, maybe I do not understand something, but they got Sylvanas and that camp top next to objective on their side.
Mm-hmm.
They could at least maybe try for that, at least, you know, clear Bunker's team. This camp at the top. Because this camp versus camp, and they have Sylvanas.
Yeah, the thing to note is Sylvanas didn't go the Merc Queen. There is a lot of damage. Oh! Anduin has his ult cancelled. That was Blessed Shield used the instant that Hollywood Salvation was popped. That is not quite what you want to see. And that is the Seed and the Plant Terrors going to be spawned for the side of Bunker Fun Time.
Now let this be a reminder for everybody, for every Zeratul player out there, that you do not necessarily need to look for VP just, you know, for 5 people, really. 2 people is much more than enough and creates a great engage, so good job on that one.
I'd say 2 is like the minimum amount.
Yeah.
Just because of how you have to build him for that, you want to at least hit 2 heroes with your cleaves. And, well, that was perfectly 2 heroes, and we can see they went down pretty quick. Did take a Blessed Shield to stop Hollywood Salvation, but they still went down pretty dang quick. And Lava Wave is going bottom once again.
Oh.
Taunt came out after Arcane 13th. Arcane 13th goes down. Blessed Shield tries to save him. Unstop pop by Synthesis. And Chim Chim now is coming in from behind to see what they can do. They went
Nice
Torrent of
talent follow.
Souls.
That would be all, unfortunately. Oh my.
Sorry, Tormented Souls. Not often you see Tormented Souls over the Last Rites. Very interesting choice there by Malthael.
No, level 13th. Almost on for both teams, so I think it's a good thing that they didn't chase that.
Yeah, they do have a little bit of time.
Just, you know, chill, grab the camps,
Grab some
get
soak.
it going.
Both teams are on
Yeah.
even talent tier now, so that is good there. As my chair just squeaks all over the place, I'm like, wow, I really need to get a new like chair that's not a kitchen chair. Dining room chair, I guess is correct. Oh, whip onto Synthesis, the unstopped pop does get Oriole thrown directly into the Void Prison, and there is that Holy Word Salvation. Ratson doesn't have a cancel for it this time. That was a full channel of it, and even then, sure, Heavy Greg were healthy by the end of it, but even at 5v4, they did get to live.
Very nice, very nice. Nobody wants to die before an objective. I get it.
Nope.
I get it. Get
Thing
it.
is, are we going to have the Malthael join this time? Arcane 13th, trying to figure out why they couldn't get him a bush. Gives a little spin, and realizes there is a Garrosh there as well.
Like, nope.
And you're like, maybe not. Garrosh just keeps getting pushed back. This must be frustrating for them. Oh.
Now, not many big buttons available, so for both teams. So let's see what they can do here.
Taunt is up. Taunt immediately coming out onto... Oh, as you say, big buttons, but then we see also Ring of Frost as that is Malthael going down first. Synthesis, 140 health, getting chased down by Ratson. Root not quite finding him. Randy Newman teleporting over wall. Arcane 13th thinking about getting aggressive under it. Bones takes out both the Dahaka and the Sylvanas. And that is a quick 2 kills. And once again, 3 kills in fact, as we did see Malthael go down earlier that fight. But this is just a very good Bunker Fun Time composition that they're running. They seem to be doing very well and communicating on when the damage will be coming out.
With Zeratol, you need to be just mindful. If you're playing against Zeratol, sorry, I'm dying apparently.
That's fine.
You just need to, if you're in the back line, just make sure that you call it out. Call it that you need help, that Zeratol is on you, whatever it is. Like, I'm not saying that Heavy Greg do not do this, but just reminding everybody, just in case. Because with Zeratol, you gotta rotate quick sometimes.
They've done pretty well to actually punish for Zeratol. We can see Taunt has been popped on Zeratol a few times, forcing out the Crystal Aegis from Oriole.
Yeah.
But no, they're having to give this seed again. They're just... Heavy Greek are playing catch-up. They're wanting to make sure nothing goes wrong. They're wanting to make sure they have those 16s, because there are some large power spikes for both teams at 16s. But we're getting at the point where Zeratol is known to be one of the late-game heroes. And they're getting close to that level 20 where they do absolutely start shredding through things.
Yes, sir.
So Heavy Greg do need to get 16 soon. They're almost 2 levels behind. They just wanted to
Is
get
that an invade?
It looks like it, yes. But there's not much Greg can do about it at present. Just because all the members of Bunker Fun Time are basically there already. And Greg's a little bit spread out and down at 16 still.
You still can catch them, maybe? No? Okay.
No, I don't think you want to do that at the moment.
Looking for that 16, yeah.
Yeah, you need it for the seed, which they do at least have now. Ratson set up relatively early, actually decides maybe being here is not the greatest idea. But Malthael realizes they may be about to be in trouble as another camp is being stolen by Bunker Fun Time.
Yeah, Bunker Fun Time just wants to fade the whole map blue. Oh well.
They've done it. They have indeed done it. They've painted the map blue. Right, fight coming on out now. Keep in mind.
Important fight.
Very important. Zeratol does have the Void Prison up. Probably the big thing to note here, and it looks like they're getting ready to use it on that back line. Only one person cornered it. That's pretty good. We do see Unstock coming out by them immediately. That is Hollywood Salvation, just a little bit out of everyone's range, but enough to keep people alive. Malthael going down first. Bones relatively low. Arcane 13 going back in. Relatively low as well. Jimmy Bob Joe gets a heal off. Tongue onto Ratson, but no. all the while, that is Ragnaros using their Molten Core to get damage out. Randy Newman tries their best to escape. That will be them going down now as well. Synthesis, the sole survivor left. And now there is 2 siege camps pushing mid. It will also be the plant terrors coming out in a few moments. And that may be all she wrote for the side of Heavy Greg this series. It will have to be a minor miracle for Synthesis to defend this.
Indeed, yeah. They already have some camps pushing towards their keeps, so...
We do see respawns are coming in now, but I don't think it will be enough. Chim Chim going in, seeing what they can do, but that core is falling. There's just too much in core, and that will be the game and the series going over to Bunker Fun Time. Well played, both teams.
GG's.
Right.
Well, that was spicy. I asked for spicy. They gave me spicy.
You got what you wanted. You did get a little bit of spice.
Satisfied.
You got the Oreo, you got the Zero, so what more could you ask for?
I did not... You know, they say be careful what you wish for. So, I...
On the bright side, you
did.
don't have to run into that this season.
Woof.
I've got
Oof.
that to watch out for. I
Hey,
have to be
you know
concerned.
what? Yeah. We'll talk about the Div B spice in it.
In another time
You
when I
know,
pick up a Div B
you
game.
know.
Got it. So I'll quickly go over
Yep.
stats and we'll look at talent. So in terms of Siege, Ragnaros and Malphite are very close to each other. Malphite very much having to keep up with Ragnaros because Ragnaros was just lava waving every now and again. And we can see that there was that Siege difference by a good 8k Ragnaros over Malphite. In terms of damage, 39k, Jaina did excellent. But once again, they did have a pretty good protection between Ragnaros and Joanna. And even Zeratul was just meaning people's attention had to be pulled elsewhere. Other than that, we do see Oriel 45k healing and Win 42. So anything that stands out to you in terms of talents for Peach?
Let me check. I was checking the stats with you as we were going. Well, first of all, we finished the game pre-20. So we skipped like some kind of an interesting part, if you want to call it, because level 20 sometimes can be a game changer. Let me see. Anduin, I can see, switched their style a little bit, and I like this one a little bit more. I think shields would actually help the team a lot. It was a bit scary decision. It was a bit bold decision, I think, to go Salvation here, but actually good tries. We saw a couple of really good ones, really on a good timing. I did not play Ariel this much, so I cannot really comment on that one, unfortunately. Same as Zeratul. Rack was pretty scary, pretty useful with the lava waves too. Garrosh with these throws, the follow-ups on the other team, maybe that's what they needed. Maybe a little bit more CC, because Andren sometimes would be not enough for the follow-up. Maybe that's what. But again, not a pro, cannot really. That's just, the first observations that I can share.
I'm inclined to agree with a lot of what you said. Jaina, interesting that they're going to go the Q build, especially because there is such a heavy front line for Heavy Greg, that there's triple thing. Maybe we'd expect to see the E build, but Q can still do very well at just poking down, because you don't necessarily want to get thrown by the Garrosh. Other things to note is, interesting, we see Adaptation picked up by Dahaka. Maybe Isolation would done well there if they're able to hit the Jaina, stopping them from getting any... What's the word I'm looking for? Any kind of stopping them from moving forward to them, so the slow of them, making sure that Jaina can get through. That's probably more why the slow was picked. Other than that, everything kind of more or less makes sense. I'm very interested by the Tormented Souls pick on Malphite, because I know you've played with Malphite a fair amount as well, and I imagine you'd be a bit... I imagine, what does Kian go typically?
I usually... This looks similar to his build. I'm not really good with names of, all the names of the talents. It looks similar, but I also gonna say that Kian loves to adjust to the situation. So I think Malthael is a really strong pick. But in my personal opinion, so far, as a person who has played with Malthael for a little bit, I would say maybe a little bit more CC. I'm gonna
Hmm.
keep my position on that one. CC is never bad, you know, like more CC. I mean, yeah, yes. They had that damage. They had the potential. They have some kind of sort, you know, beginning of engages, but I guess that's what they were lacking for because Anduin was so busy healing all the time, like healing, pulling, and that's Salvation, obviously.
Hmm.
Making sure that they popped it at the right time.
They actually got very good value out of a salvation in saying that.
They did.
Yeah.
They
Looks
did.
like we may have an interview. So what I'll do is I'll head on over to VNGS Discord. We're going to go into lobby 2 if you want to join me, Peach.
Okay.
And we'll see how it goes from there. Right. Hopefully we have Ratson joining us shortly from Bunker Fun Time. I'm going to like do a slow drum roll as I'm waiting. But no, I'm sure they'll join us in 2 moments. Speaking of which, there they are. Ratson, how are you doing?
Excellent. How about yourself?
Pretty well.
Oh.
Glad to hear it.
How are you feeling at the end of that series? Which, the first map potentially could have gone either way, but the second one did feel a bit more comfortable. How are you guys feeling after all that?
Pretty good. I mean, it's always tense going in, so it's nice when you can get the quick 2 wins.
Exactly. So, speaking of maps, I should really change over to our other screen. Map number 1, Tomb of the Spider Queen. How are you guys feeling going into that? Were you expecting all the bands coming out onto Bones, or at least the difficulty of Bones having quite early on?
No, we had a kind of an idea what we were, I don't want to say baiting them into, but we kind of had a plan for what we were looking to get out of that draft. I think it worked out pretty well for us.
And was Garrosh one of them?
Yeah. Like
Oh.
we kind of made up our minds early to give that a shot.
Right on. And I guess, well, I think of questions because I'm horrible at questions. Peach, do you have anything?
I'm always the back player. Hi, Ratton.
Hey.
I have, I do have a question. Well, I saw some role swap, so it's not necessarily about game 1, but I just saw that, you know, you play a little bit of that, and your teammates will play a little bit of that, then you switch the roles. Is that something that you commonly practice? Is that what keeps you on your toes and stable with your picks, or was
I
was
think
that planned?
it was. I think we were looking at kind of just mixing it up a little bit and trying to keep them off their toes in the draft.
Right on. So I will talk about a little bit about that map number 1. You guys did have a pretty good advantage early on and actually managed to keep hold of it, but as we got into that later 16 territory, there were moments where Heavy Greg was starting just to turn it up a little, getting those dives out. Were you guys starting to get concerned, considering they were able to get 1 or 2 picks here and there, considering how safe the rest of the game had gone?
We were, only because they had like 500 coins at one point. And so we knew that like if we didn't at some point get a kill or just win the game, they could chain a whole bunch of turn-ins in a row, and it could have really quickly turned that game on us.
Yeah, and the 4-man brawl. I knew you said that you were looking to switch things up, but how often do you play that 4-man brawl? Because obviously you were the brawl player.
Yeah, not too often. Like it's something that we're comfortable with, but yeah, we don't. It's not a regular rotation type of thing.
Was that another, like, let's give it a shot kind of deal?
Yeah, it just seemed to work out well. You know, we had the white main. It's like, all right, let's just go a little bit heavy front line and see what happens.
Lambus, I love these guys already.
Is that because they picked white
I
main?
miss Div C.
Is that because they picked white main? Be honest, Peach.
Uh,
Anyway, Garden of Terror while Peach is deciding how to say yes. Is it a map you currently plan for often? Because obviously it was Heavy Greg's map pick. Are you guys as comfortable with that map, or is it something that you do practice when you can?
I believe that we had. Are you talking second map or first map?
Yeah, second map.
Okay, second map. No, we're comfortable with that map. Like we play quite a bit of it. It's a good macro map, so we weren't really afraid of the map pick.
Speaking of macro map, were you expecting things such as Malphite and Dahaka appearing?
No, the Malfield kind of caught us by surprise. Like we figured that Dahaka was going to be their solo laner, and they'd take more of a dueler for the other one. So the Malfield definitely got us by surprise.
so
Right
did I.
I also,
I
Peach and I
expected that too.
sorry to cut you off. Peach and I did very much question it is why there wasn't as much of a kind of healer chunk early on. Like I know all 3 are banned to healer, but you also saved your healer pick till after ban phase. Were you not concerned about it being banned out? Or...
Oh yeah.
So that was actually one of the things we were worried about. Is we were talking about taking the white main again, and they banned it. But then when they took the garage, we liked the Ariel into the garage quite a bit.
Yeah, those whips do excellent into them. And Peach, any questions from you about that second map?
Now, I definitely, I definitely see that. I mean, so far by 2 games. I mean, that's the only thing I could see. I need more. I need more to see. But anyways, you guys like to pick one strong blow up kind of mage and roll with it. Sometimes with the heavy front line. Sometimes it's just, just a simple follow up after like a bunch of different CC. Did this just randomly happen these 2 games, or is that where you've been maybe practicing or working hard during off season, or maybe during the season?
No, I think the draft just kind of led us that way. I don't think it was anything we were specifically looking at going into it. It's just the way
Uh-huh.
it opened up. It just we saw some opportunities.
Pretty nice, pretty straightforward. I mean, if you're Jaina behind Joanna's back, you just want to drop your buttons. Pretty
Exactly.
much.
I just need to keep the
Yeah.
rest of them alive and profit.
So heavy melee is also something that you just decided to roll with and see how it's gonna go, I guess.
Yeah, for that first game, yes. The second game, I
Mhm.
don't think we had a heavy melee. We had Zeratul as the second DPS.
Yeah. Yeah. Tricky pick there, by the way. I was not expecting that. And as a if you will have a chance to rewatch the, you'll hear me saying like, "Give me spice, give me something,"
And Peach was happy with the
exciting.
spice we got.
And then I see that, and I was like, "Wow, I'm done." Spiciness overdose right here.
Oh yeah, Arcane does his best. Yeah, he's Costa Rican. He likes it hot.
I see.
Oh my!
But right,
I called it Lambeth.
will. No, you did not call that. Anyway, I'll throw the floor open to you, Rats, and see any kind of things you want to say. Any thanks or anything. Floor is yours.
Oh, thanks a lot for picking up the cast last minute. We really appreciate it. It's always fun when you guys cast one of our games. Want to thank Heavy Greg. They played a great game. Especially the first one definitely could have gone either way. And thanks to our subs, Poet, Kayla. They didn't get to play tonight, but they're always there in practice and they're always with us in spirit. And just good luck to everybody going forward.
Do you want a fun fact, Ratson?
Let's hear it.
I did not pick this up last minute. I picked this up like last week.
Really?
Yep. Oh, it goes to show who's looking at their schedule, isn't it?
So Zed is our schedule this year, and so
Okay,
Zed
so-
just tells me what night to come.
So Zed is
So
the
we just
one to
blame
blame
somebody
about
else.
this then.
Yep. So I found about it last
And
minute.
any place that, yeah.
No worries. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a very good rest of your evening, Ratson, and Peach, I'll call you back in a private call as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys have a great night.
You too. Take
Bye,
care.
Rasen. Congrats.
Right, Peach. What
Ah,
a series. What a well-played series
Whoa.
by Bunker Fun Time and Heavy Greek. Did definitely try, but man, it was a difficult one for them to go into.
man, listen, I thought it was chilly in my room at the beginning of this cast. Now
And
I
now
don't
you're
feel
sweating.
like it anymore. Not that. Okay. They surprised me a couple of times. I got my spice that I requested for, but I definitely feel warmer. Um, it was interesting comps. It was interesting some battle decisions. I loved the first game because we were so engaged with all the displacements and all the people moving around my screen. And the second game with the spicy picks and some rotations and setups going on. I think Heavy Greg did a really nice job. A really nice job in defending and attacking and everything. And I wish them best of luck. And of course, congrats to the
Bunker Fun
winning
Time.
team, the Bunker Fun Time.
Were you forgetting the name, Peach?
I was just thinking what I needed to ask them. I needed to ask Radson why Bunker and no Blaze? Where's Blaze?
Look, not everyone knows the good virtues of how good Blaze is, but that will be
Sure.
us wrapping things up. Peach, where can people find you?
in your little hearts. No, first of all, I would say on Twitch, which is the MVP on Twitch, and then
You didn't sound so
catch me
certain
on
about
the.
that.
You sounded less certain when people sub for you today.
Okay, you know
Chill
what, just
out.
go on.
People were begging you to take your money.
Anyway,
But,
keep plugging
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, the MVP on Twitch. You can catch me on Discord through the Andreas chats, or yeah, pretty much that's it. And Peach in game as well. So
She's also the
over there.
MVP on Twitter if you so choose to find her there.
Oh, that's true. Thank you so much. See, this man knows me so well already.
I just am used to plugging people because I have been VLineBus. You can obviously find me here at VLineBus as well as on YouTube and Twitter at VLineBus. I've kept things consistent across the board and it makes things much easier. Also, thank you, JustPort, for following. But that will be it for us for at least tonight. I am tired and I've got to make food soon. Peach, I'm sure it's getting quite late for you. Maybe not, maybe so. I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost 11 p.m. soon. Really, yeah. So, yeah, but I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for
No
having me here and inviting
worries.
me.
Yep, so
Yeah.
I'm going to close everything off. So to everyone watching, I wish you a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you are in the world, because time zones are weird. And I'll see you all in the Nexus. Goodbye for now.
Bye.